To Washington. She now resides in the steppes or high desert of Washington State. She writes short memoir, fiction, radio plays, and poetry. She shares her house with a plethora of books, both paper and electronic, in Old Chihuahua. She'll update us on a few other matters, including this book that she has just put out.
Thank you, Chris. The book, Saying Goodbye to Thomas, I had the honor of being one of his caregivers in the last few months of his life, and oh boy, howdy honey, were you ever a godsend. You made everybody's life so much easier. This is a book of love, and it was put together by people who loved Thomas. One of his friends took the cover photograph from the front porch of his cabin in the Ozarks. She gave me permission to use it. Cheryl gave me permission to use photographs and took care of me as well as Thomas, bless her heart. There's just a lot of love in this book. I'm going to read a couple of poems from the book and a few poems not from the book. Most of the book poems were written during the last few months of his life, a few right after his death. He read many of them, offered valuable critiques and insight. I met Thomas in 2017. We hit it off, thought about taking our relationship to a more intimate level, and he was definitively diagnosed with ALS. So our relationship became elder brother of choice, Ebok, and younger sister of choice, Wysock. It takes a lot of energy to begin a new relationship, and it takes a lot of energy to die. So that was our relationship, and I'm so grateful for it. Dance of the Pink Moon. Grandmother Moon, your fullness so bright, you burned a hole through grandfather's sky last night, or it looks that way in my photos. There are those who would tell me clouds changed your shape, diffused your hard, crater-pocked edges, gave you a soft, ethereal look. I have never loved you more as you graciously danced for my brother, flinging your chiffon and shimmery veils across the heavens. You brought him such joy last night. Possibly the last night he will gaze upon your bright fullness. The time nears when you will come, dance him to the stars. But please, grandmother, not soon, not soon. The ringmaster orchestrates the acts, a persona poem in the voice of Thomas. Not even 5 yet. I'm the only one awake. The birds are up, but they're no help. If I had my desk, I could work. Wake her, let her sleep. Ah, hell. She's up enough during the day, fetching me water, making me coffee, wiping my nose, feeding me. Besides, I still couldn't work. Can't lift my hand the inch or two needed to reach the keyboard. I've had a good life. ALS gives no one a good death. She's right. My life's a circus, and I'm a piss-poor ringmaster. That's what I am. I lie here in bed, unable to do anything but call out my wants. Help me. I want to sit. No, I want to lie back. I gotta have help to pee, to poop. Can't even wipe my ass. I'm an 85-year-old baby and nowhere near as cute as a newborn. Feed me. Bring me coffee. Use the right straw so I can drink. I control my life as long as my voice holds out and they do what I ask. My book's nearly done. Me too. When the sun shines and the pain goes down, I want to live, play in a club again, hold my sax, finger the keys, breathe, watch the audience enjoy their drinks, the couple who just discovered each other. When the sun shines and the pain goes down, I know I can get up out of this cursed prison bed and walk, even dance with a loving woman in my arms, sing a song in her ear that no one else will hear, slow dance her to my bed, make beautiful love. Ah, who am I kidding? Not only does this disease steal nerves and muscles, it hijacks desire too. At least I've got memories. Damn, I don't want to die. But I can't go on like this. This ain't living. It's not even existing. It's hell. The exit meds are right there atop that cabinet. Only 3 steps, but too far for me. As if I could stand. As if I could walk. Arms are too weak to use a walker. In 10 days, they'll be much closer. In 10 days, I'll drink that final cocktail. In 10 days, I, the ringmaster, will fall into a deep sleep, then a coma. And when the ancestors call me, I will raise my arms and sing and dance to their embrace. I shall be free. Aho. Aho means thank you. It can also mean amen. It may be used as a greeting or an ending. It is from many different Native American tribes. I wrote this a couple hours after he died. Your death rehearsed. I rehearsed your death. Did you know? First it was now and then, slowly became weekly and then nightly. Not that I wanted you to die, but we both knew you would. No, I rehearsed your death so I wouldn't come apart at the seams, so I wouldn't bring you shame to you, to me. It helped, I think. Oh, I still hurt. I still cried, but softly. And when you breathed your last as I held your hand, softly stroked your arm, I could barely form the words, let alone force sound out of my tear-constricted throat. It's over. And then we all cried and held each other. None of us could find or define the hole that suddenly engulfed us, that gave dimension to our loss. The hole drilled through our hearts. These are poems not in the book. Many of them were written with Thomas in mind. Pilgrimage to Cuba, New Mexico. I hear the clang of metal on metal inside the small gas station, parked between the desert and blazing hot Cuba. I do the I gotta pee really, really bad dance as I enter the building, and barely glancing at me, he points to the restrooms. I catch the perfume of hot bread, pause long enough, even in my agony, to ask, do I smell fry bread? He nods, takes my order, and I dash to the ladies' room. I return as he grabs the bottle of honey. He is shocked when I tell him to leave it off. I have a long drive ahead, I offer by way of explanation. He does not understand this old catawba, but the customer is always right, even when she is so obviously wrong. He gets a smile and a tip, and I get a shy grin from a most handsome Navajo warrior as he hands me the best fry bread I've ever eaten. He doesn't know I drove more than 1,000 miles for this. Woodpecker sets the rhythm. I am the woodpecker's insistent beat, waking the morning, the percussionist for the blackbird's song of welcoming the day. I am the bird who jabs at the bugs that steal life from trees as the robin pulls worms from the ground. I am the disjointed pulse bright red dragonflies dance to above the ponds in many dogfights. To feed, to mate, as the roadrunner darts, trembles the skin stretched across the orbits of planets as the needle of Adam stabs its petals to the sky. I am the heart's loved up. The unborn hears first, hears safety, hears love. I am the black bear who judders the drum of Daus, the voice of God, celebrates the circle of never-ending creation. I am the cadence of new growth, soft greens, perfumed flowers that summon the bees, the moths, the pollinators, to father the fruits. I am the sun-yellow harbinger of desert figs on the prickly pear, food for lizard, for donkey, for human. I am the fragrant coda tea steaming in a loved ancestor's ceramic cup, shared in tenderness and acceptance with friend, with lover. I am the Canada goose who joins with others to gather goslings together for safety. I am the orca, god of the Salish Sea, who plays games in the deep water, who feeds on salmon and seals, who mourns the death of podmates. I am the wolf who serenades the wildlands, the lion whose roars cover the savanna. I am the meadowlark who blesses where I will, ecstasy on a dunghill. Mouse claws and darkness for Thomas. I love the nighttime, the black sky of old, worn, soft velvet swathed across the heavens, especially the pinprick holes caused by mouse claws where the light shines through. I love the dead of night, the hush that comes as animals sleep, hidden in dens, hidden in grass, hidden from all but owl. He sees, flies on silent wings, grabs mouse, then eats mouse, then flicks what's left of mouse to the sky, more mouse holes in the old, soft velvet, more light to shine in glory. I love the close of day, when I go to bed and read, when I turn out the light, close my eyes, see you next to me. Then I sigh in happiness and know wherever you are in the heaven you belong. Anasazi Blizzard. Highway 550 runs through Cuba, New Mexico. Best fry bread outside Canyon de Chelly. Drive north toward Bloomfield, turn left before Nageezi, go to Chaco. Stone pueblos built by Anasazi without insulation, wallboard, or forced air heat. Abandoned for reasons we can only guess. A dry creek, too many rats in the granary, clay pots empty of stew. Climate change? Late spring blizzard robs me of comfort, steals my warmth. I long for the welcoming heat of fires that once burned in the now empty stone rooms. I long for surcease from the pain of wind-whipped snow. I yearn for the perfume of stews that haven't been cooked here in generations. I listen to the wind and hear happy shrieks of children who played in these homes centuries ago. I listen to the wind and hear raucous calls of bright-plumed birds, ghosts on their cold, empty perches. Sunlight does not exist, only biting, stinging snow that slams into silent kivas, waiting to hear ancient prayers in an ancient language no one speaks, No one remembers. Highway 550 still runs through Cuba. I called Thomas Old Bear more than once. Old Bear. Old Bear snuffles, snorts, settles into his den, comfortable. He sleeps. He dreams. Old Bear dreams of summer sun, of butterflies, of blueberries, of warmth, of playing in his meadow, of salmon swimming to spawn. Old Bear dreams of his tree, rough bark worn nearly smooth. He stretches, reaches for his back, wonders what's left of the bark. Old Bear snorts and turns. Old Bear snuffles and scratches. If only he could reach his back. If only spring would come. If only his tree still stands. Thomas's Indian name was Waxizi. Last night of Thomas Waxizi. My great shame on his last night, I did not ask if he would like me to hold him as he slept. I did not ask him if he would like me to lie with him, a warm body, a woman's body, to hold him as he slept. Would he have liked that on his last night? A woman to hold him, to breathe on him, to warm him as he slept? I don't know. I didn't think to ask. Wrapped in my own impending loss, I couldn't think. Albuquerque tears follow me down. Here's where I fell in love with old mountains, red as ripe sliced watermelons when caressed by the setting sun. Ancient towns like Chaco, haphazard layered mesas, tall wobbly cakes, strawberry, chocolate, coconut, grape jelly shadows. Here's where I learned that I loved him. He lived more than 1,000 miles away, and every beat of my heart sends pain, unquenchable tears at our separation. His diagnosis confirmed he would die. Here's where I cried as I donated my quilt fabrics, my beloved books, most of my furniture when I sold my condo, to drive more than 1,000-mile distance to hold his hand as he died. This is the next to the last poem I'll read tonight, and this is by Thomas. He wrote it the morning after his sister Sally died. The feeling in a room. It's not the walls defining a room. They don't change when one moment a person is there and the next moment is gone, without a door opening, without a window raised. The same walls remain mute, no comment, but the space. The space inside the room changes, although words don't come to explain the difference. But if we are close to the person who is gone, or if we are particularly sensitive to such things, we sense the difference. We can't see the space, only the things inside. And like the unchanging walls, the things don't change, but the space we can't see, we can feel. And it changes. In that moment or instant when a person was there and the next instant is gone, without a door opening, without a window raised. The space, the invisible space we can't see, feels different. and words don't come to explain how. Nor is it given us to understand just how the space changes inside the walls, defining a room where life escaped. But we who love the life that escaped, we surely feel the change. We feel it even from far away, and we eventually turn and leave and reach out to one another, and finally we close the broken circle, but we never forget. And my last poem is fairly new. It's about New Mexico, and I think it's a little lighter. Let's meet in the nights a mile high and more, where the watermelon mountains kiss the stars and grandmother moon wears shimmery veils in the back booth of the old-time diner on Route 66 between the red and green as they cover our midnight black bean enchiladas. Let's meet in the space between the blue door patisserie and the pause between our heartbeats. Let's meet between the Kachina dolls' chant and Kiva, now filled with Anasazi, as they sing what was, what is, what will be. At the Chaco Grill, between the fry bread's perfume as it luxuriates on the grill and the space between our cars as we drive US 550 toward Nageezi, the star-filled sky, Chaco Canyon, where we met hundreds of years ago, shared a home with exuberant children and bright-plumed raucous birds screeching between the layer-cake mesas and grape jelly shadows, grandmother moon pours upon this land. Aho.
So Lenora, remind us about the book and the proceeds for the book.
The book is $17.99. The hardback, if you want one, is $27.99. I get no royalties. Well, technically, I do get royalties. I will get the royalties. I think they pay me once a year. I will deposit them, divide them equally in half. Half will go to End of Life Washington or Death with Dignity, and the other half goes to the ALS Association. It is a labor of love, not money. Christmas is coming. Buy lots of books.
She'll even sign them if you need them.
I will even sign them. And if you decide later you want books, buy them from Chris. He has my address. Send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I'll sign as many book plates. Thank you, Chris. As many book plates as you want.
All right. Thank you, Lenora.